Today, in this video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to tame one of the best dinosaurs in the entire game, and that is the snow owl in Ark, right? So let's get into it. So first thing, when you go to tame a snow owl, you are going to need a bunch of things, or not a bunch of things, but just a couple of things. You are going to need a long neck with about 35 tranquilizing darts, okay? It takes 27 for 150, bring a couple extra in case you miss, lag, whatever, okay? You're also going to need to build a trap for this guy because they do run away. You need 4 dinosaur gateways and 2 dinosaur gate structures. And you're also going to need a spyglass. That's for the trap. You're also going to need a spyglass to make sure you're taming high level snow owls. And you're also going to need some kibble. But really, you can use meat or pretty much everything that you want to use to tame this guy. I'm going to go over the foods that you're going to use to tame this guy right now in order from most effective to least effective. What the best is superior kibble. Next is raw mutton. Next is raw prime meat. And then next is going to be raw meat. Now, the times for how long it takes for superior kibble, it's going to take 10 minutes. For raw mutton, it's going to take 7.5 minutes. For raw prime meat, it's going to take 10 minutes and 1 second. And for raw meat, it's going to take 28 minutes and 21 seconds, right? So you could really tame this guy with raw meat if you really want to. It's not, I wouldn't wait to get to, the kibble to tame this guy just because it's such a quick tame. Next thing you're going to want to do is build a little trap like this. You can really use 3 if you want, but 4 just gives you a little bit more breathing room. And you should put 4 dinosaur gateways next to each other. You're going to have one side doored up, and you're going to have the other one door in your inventory ready to place, okay? So I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to spawn in this snow owl. This is perfect level 150. Here we go. Boom. All you're going to do is just get him to chase you and follow you into the trap. You turn around, place the door. It's over. It's done. He's trapped. You just knock him out from there. Right? Very, very simple. You are going to want to stay for the rest of this video because I have a lot of stuff I have to teach you about the snow owl, techs, glitches, how to use them in PvP. Just there's a lot of stuff, and I'll teach you everything that there is to know about the snow owl here right after it's tamed up. Alright, he is down. Perfect. Look at that, right? So, once your snow owl is actually down, just use your desired food of choice to actually go ahead and tame this guy. I forgot to mention, you want to make sure you're using a long neck, because if you're using a crossbow, there is an 8% chance that he will die. So, you really want to make sure that you use a long neck. Plus, a lot of times, when you're going to tame these guys, they fight so much stuff that they're already bloody. So, just tame this guy with a long neck to save yourself the headache of about to tame a 150, and then he dies from your crossbow. You'd be so mad. Alright, I'll be right back with you when he wakes up with everything you need to know. Alright, perfect. He is up, right? So, once your snow owl is actually up, you might be wondering what are some good levels on your snow owl and what you want to level. So, good levels on your snow owl. This snow owl right here actually has not the best of health, okay? It has about a little bit above average health. 2,500 is about average health. 3,000 is good health. 3,500 is great health. For stamina, the only 2 stats that matter in your snow owl is health and stamina. For stamina, you're going to want 1,500 is good, 2,000's insane, and about 1,200 is like average. So this guy has insane stamina and about average health is the way to look at this guy, right? So he's okay. I'd definitely throw him in the breeding line. Only try to breed the stamina stat. Now, as far as what to level on your snow owl, that's entirely up to you. Some people only do stamina on this guy because they want this guy to, heal, and that's the only thing that they're going to do. If you're going to be using this guy for PvP, then I'd definitely pump a lot of health into him because he's going to eat a lot of shots. Now, let me teach you all the secrets that there is to know about the snow owl, and oh boy, is there a lot of them. So first off is, like, what role does it play? Like, what is the point of a snow owl, okay? The most important role of the snow owl is that it's your healing dinosaur, okay? The Daedon can heal better than this guy, but most people will use the snow owls just for ease of use. I don't know why, but they just do, right? You just hold the right click and it'll heal everything in range. As you can see, I'm healing my Maywing. So a lot of people use snow owls for that reason. You can heal multiple things at a time, okay? Now, it also is one of the best PvP dinosaurs in the entire game for group fights as well as for solo fights. But you really have to kind of know, like, what you're doing. Lucky for you, you know a guy who knows what they're doing. So how to use the actual snow owl, and I'm about to get into that, but how to use the actual snow owl is it's much like the griffin, okay? If you're flying, you look down, you do a dive, okay? You saw the freeze that I did earlier, okay? This freeze right here. this will heal stuff, okay? Notice how I am not freezing that Megatheria from this far away. Now, I'm about to teach you guys what is called a freeze bomb. And if you dive, well, this, you'll freeze it from there. You see what I'm saying? It has a much bigger AoE if you do a little freeze bomb. Okay, so that is one important thing to note about the Snow Owl. So also one more thing to note about the Snow Owl is that if you don't freeze bomb and you just go straight down and do this little bomb, it'll have a big slow effect in an area, right? I don't know, it's kind of risky doing it with some Carnos, but let's, boom. See how these are all like slow? And that will last for like a couple seconds. Also, when you do that slow effect, it has a huge damage resistance, right? Whatever you slow has a huge damage resistance to kind of help balance things out, right? So if you're using this guy in PvP, right, the way you're going to use him is you're either going to either do the freeze bomb or the dive bomb to either slow the guy or freeze the guy. And then you want to have your bullets equipped, right? You're going to hop off and he's going to be frozen and then you bullet him, right? Pretty simple. And then that's how you want to, you know, use him in PvP generally, okay? However, he is kind of slow if you do not know how to do this one glitch, and that's called the dive bomb glitch. Now, knowing the dive bomb glitch is super, super important because it allows you to travel the map so much faster, and it's super simple. Instead of having this happen when you go straight down and doing a little freeze stun, you are able to carry the speed through, you're able to land and carry your glide speed when you take off. And here's how you do it. When you are diving, you look straight up right before you hit the ground, you start walking, boom, and you take off, right? Even if you don't have a lot of height, that's how you do the little dive glitch. Right before you look up, hit the look right before you hit the ground, look up, and you'll get that extra speed boost when you hit the ground. And you can also do this on the Griffin. He starts walking, take off, boom. It's so important that you learn how to master that skill to be able to run away or to chase other dinosaurs or enemies. It's just so important that you learn how to master the dive bomb, because it's not just this, it's just as well on the Griffin or the dive tech. Okay, now there is a couple of glitches to note on the Snow Owl, but before we do that, here you can freeze stuff out of midair too, but it's difficult. So that is very, very difficult to freeze stuff out of midair. But you can do it. Just a little FYI. So you can freeze somebody's Maywing, Pteranodon, Wyvern, whatever out the air. But if the easy way to do it is if you come over to the water, this is a total glitch, right? And you freeze and dismount at the exact same time. This is called the freeze glitch, right? And he gets stuck in this little state, permanently frozen. And then he can run around flying on him in this little state. Now, the interesting thing about this is all you have to do is touch something for it to freeze, even if it's an air. You don't actually have to press the freeze button. It's an air. So if you're trying to get somebody's like Wyvern or something out of the air, this is how you do it. Let me go find something flying real quick. All right, so right here, like this RG that's right behind me. If I want to get this guy out of midair, all I gotta do is touch him. Boom, freezes both of them, and you drop it right out of midair, which is crazy. Super, super useful to know. Right, that's called the water glitch. Right, that way you can freeze somebody's, you know, whatever out of midair while they're flying. That's the easy way to do it. Okay. Next is actually how to dismount riders. So obviously the way to use this guy for PvP is, you know, you do your little freeze bomb, right? You hop off, you bullet the guy, and you know it's GG's. It's over. You kill him with whatever you have to kill him, right? Because the Snow Owl can't deal any direct damage. Now, a lot of times you're going to be facing somebody and you can't, and they're not going to be on, you know, foot. They're going to be on a mount, right? So it's like, what do I do now? Okay, there's a couple ways to get them off their mount using the Snow Owl, and one of them is a glitch. Okay, and it's very hard to explain. So, for this Maywing, for example, right? The Maywing's hitbox comes from the beak of this guy's bill to his tail, right? However, your hitbox when you're on it is only in the dead center. So what you need to do on the Snow Owl is when you hit this dive bomb, you need to make it to where it only hits the Maywing's hitbox and not you. So it only hits like the tip of his beak or the tip of his head, and it will actually freeze the dinosaur and kick the rider off. So that is one way to dismount them, right? If you are like here, that might dismount the rider if there's somebody riding the Maywing. Right, and then you could hop off with your bolas. Make sure you have your bolas pre-equipped when you're riding a snow owl, FYI, so that way after you do freeze bomb, you can hop off and hit him quickly with the bola. So that's just a nice tip. But the other ways to actually dismount somebody to get your bola off while they're frozen or slowed is plant Z or a microraptor. Okay, these guys pair very, very well with plant Z's and a microraptor. Okay, if you have a microraptor, I don't have a microraptor on me, but hypothetically, let's say there's somebody riding this Maywing, and I come down here and I dive bomb it. Right, what I'd do is I'd hop off, throw my microraptor, which I'd double press F for, and it would stun the guy off. And then that's a GG easy peasy kill. Done. It's over. His life is gone. He's stunned for 10 seconds. You get your bola off. Now you're stunned for an extra 30. It's over. It is over. Right? So that's one way to do it. Is the microraptor. If you don't have a microraptor, then you could use plant Z. But you hop off, you throw plant Z, you Z him off, and then you bola. Right? So that's the way to use this guy in PvP, generally speaking. That's like the idea, that's the concept, since the Snow Owl has no direct way of dealing damage. And those are all some of the major tips with the Snow Owl. Also, with the Snow Owl, right, it is the safest tame in the game, right? It is so hard to die on a Snow Owl if you are not trying to die. It's like near impossible, just because they have so much health and so much stamina. They're kind of quick. Like, it's just like, I don't know, you should really never die on a Snow Owl. So if you're a big PvEer, this is your go-to tame. Okay, next to note about the Snow Owl is if this freeze right here, either well in the sky or on the ground, okay, if you are getting grappled, weight grappled, and you freeze, it'll break all the grappling hooks that are on you. It'll just break them all, right? It'll also break grappling hooks on your teammates as well as bolas. It will break your tames out of your tames that can be bullet. It'll break them out of bolas or out of grapple hooks. I mean, he is just awesome. In so many ways, his freeze is just super, super helpful. Okay, some other things to note about the Snow Owl, okay, is if you have an imprinted Snow Owl, he will actually dive faster, right? You heard me right. So having an imprinted Snow Owl is so important because it makes you fly so much faster. And this little, oh boy, I messed it up. But that little, like, glide tech right there with an imprinted Snow Owl goes so fast. It goes so fast. It is ridiculous. It's so quick. Not as quick as Maywing, but it is super, super quick. Okay. And the last and final thing to note about the Snow Owl is the Snow Owl pellets. No, there's actually two more things. You have the Snow Owl pellets, right? So if I hit the poop key, which is not working, is this a Snow Owl pellet? Yeah, right here. Boom. Right. So this guy, when he poops Snow Owl pellet, which is like just a little bit less effective than fertilizer. Oh, it just disappeared. But you can pick it up and you can put it in your crops, right? So it's easy. It's like, it acts as fertilizer. It's just a little bit less effective, but it's great. It still works fine, right? So these guys can use you can use these guys for fertilizer for your crops, which is super, super cool. Okay. And the last thing to note about the Snow Owl is if you press the crouch ability, okay, then he goes into this little heat vision mode. And this heat vision mode is so useful. I mean, incredibly useful for spotting enemies. Okay. Also, the closer you get to stuff, the hotter it gets. So, stuff that's far away will be blue, and stuff that's close will turn like red or orange. But definitely, if you're using this guy in PvP or somebody's hiding in a bush, bro, pop the heat vision. He ain't going nowhere. You can tell your teammates where he's going. You know, it's awesome, right? Snow Owls are hands down the best support dinosaur in the entire game. If you know how to PvP correctly or you're a good foot soldier, he's phenomenal as well. Also, you could pair Snow Owls with woolly rhinos or gigas or just anything that does a lot of damage right after the Z or after the bola. You know, bola, then throw your woolly out, kill him, kill the tame. I mean, it's just the GGs. Okay. And that's pretty much it for the Snow Owl. All we have left is the fun facts. Alright, 3 fun facts about the Snow Owl. Number 1 is in real life, Snow Owls use their beaks to sense objects. So like that heat vision, they kind of use their beaks for that. Next, most owls hunt in the night. Not these guys. These guys hunt during the day, right? And then finally, that snow owls, when they eat stuff, they don't actually chew it. They just eat the whole sucker whole, bro. They'll just swallow the whole damn thing. Whole caterpillar down the throat, one big gulp, no problem. But that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys learned something, and I really hope you guys will use these techniques in the future. If you guys did enjoy the video, please leave a like and subscribe. If not, may God bless you all. Peace.